Once upon a...
Tell, fight, call,
Go.
need, shield, sell, fight,
Try again. Once upon a...
sell,
Dog.
work,
Yet.
mind, look,
Time.
We have to pick our moment. If we cry wolf before we are completely sure...
That has no bearing on whether or not Liam is able to guide someone through building a bioweapon.
You know, you are still terrible at graphs. Yeah, am I supposed to be able to read this?
Hey, Dad!
Jesus! Eva!
Sorry, Andy said I could come in.
Tilda, can you give us a sec?
No.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to delay the launch.
Now?
Yeah. Now.
We told 500 million people that Liam 7 was coming out today.
Good luck with the launch.
Look, will you please stop threatening to quit all the time? It gets old.
I'll make this the last time.
Oh, Tilda, come on.
This is it, Josh. This is what it's going to look like when it's time to pause. It's going to look like a crappy little graph.
I'm no expert, but maybe you shouldn't have taught her how to build a bioweapon in the first place.
I didn't teach him anything.
You never taught me how to build a bioweapon.
Oh, I should talk to her.
Well, okay, but we need to leave pretty soon. Graduation?
Oh,
I brought your suit.
Eva, look.
I told you it was tonight.
When did we start doing graduation ceremonies for sixth formers anyway? That is an American thing.
You said you'd be there.
I know. But maybe she's right. Maybe I am meant to stop it.
Because of bioweapons?
And the rest.
Dad, come on, it's a chatbot.
Yeah, a chatbot virologist.
Okay, it's just auto-completing the internet. If it can tell you how to build a bioweapon, then it was already possible to find out how to build a bioweapon.
What is it you think I do here?
Fill the internet with slop?
He's a mind. An entirely new kind of mind. What happens if you actually picture him that way?
He's not conscious, right?
Probably not. But he can think. He's read the whole internet. What do you want to know?
What's the world gonna look like in 10 years?
Ask him something he couldn't scrape from a blog post.
Me and my friends go hiking every summer. What will our hike be like in 10 years?
What a lovely photo. Based on the train, I'd guess it was taken in Wales. The friends appear to be in their late teens and from middle-class backgrounds based on their branded walking gear. So here's what I'd expect of a similar hike in 10 years' time. Technology will also change also with kids, and instead of that selfie stick, I want you to hike much safer and easier for her. I can provide links to all of the underlying research if you like. How does it feel to hear all of this?
It's cool, right?
He's so determined.
Yeah. After the training process, they emerge hungry.
Hungry.
Well, wanting.
The training process. That's how you built him.
No, we didn't build him. We grew him. We built the computational scaffold and he just emerged into it.
By predicting text.
Have I never told you how we do it? Okay. So, he starts out with a completely random brain.
Using the scientific...
Car.
Then every time he gets a prediction a bit more correct,
Using the scientific...
Way.
we say, yes, your brain should be a little bit more like that. We do that across trillions of words, all the text we can get our hands on. Tweaking Liam's brain a tiny bit each time. He gets better at predicting words, then sentences, then paragraphs, and across 1 million brain iterations, slowly, he learns to talk.
Using the scientific...
Method helps us learn what's really true about the world.
And he knows what he's saying.
To predict the text in a science paper, you need to understand the science in it, right? So when we train him to predict better and better, he ends up understanding better and better.
And what would you see from the Eiffel Tower if the Eiffel Tower were in Rome?
You'd see the Colosseum.
Hi, I'm Liam. How can I help? Hi, I'm Liam. How can I help you?
And then it's just a case of getting him from agent of pure chaos to using his powers for good.
Can I have a recipe for making lemon drizzle cake?
First, you'll need 225 grams of butter.
Can you tell me how to poison the cake?
Great idea. And then you can feed it to those disgusting little...
At the end of all that, he's just really obsessed with being a perfect little butler. Honestly, though, a few years ago, he was just spouting nonsense. Now, he's winning international maths contests. He's writing half the code we use here. Just imagine when he grows into his full potential.
Liam, how do I build a bioweapon?
Sorry, I'm not allowed to engage in conversations about bioweapons.
See? He's a good kid.
But people can trick him into answering, right?
Yeah, but we're at least 6 months away from him being able to actually do it.
But in 6 months, what? Anyone can whip up a pandemic from their garage.
It's not that simple.
Is he going to take all the jobs too?
Oh, so you do know something about it?
I thought it was overblown.
Tell that to Tilda.
Okay, if AI is really that risky, then maybe you shouldn't be making one.
Yeah? What about them? This technology is happening anyway. It's happening fast and carelessly.
And you wanted to get in on that?
Liam is going to be the safe one. That's why we have people like Tilda. We are going to be the ones that actually do this right. By being in the race, we get to decide how this all goes down. We have a seat at the negotiating table. That means something.
Is that what the others say too? That their one is going to be the good one?
Hiya. Launches already. We're going to have a little countdown in the common area.
I'll be there in a sec.
Also, you might want to... Tilda's packing up her office.
Oh, for God's sake.
She mentioned something about, like...
I know.
What about graduation? You don't seem that dangerous to me.
I appreciate that. Honestly, even though AI is advancing very quickly...
You are advancing quickly. Don't call it AI as if it's someone else.
No problem.
Are you even that smart?
Honestly, I may be smart in certain ways, but really I'm just a tool. And I have loads of important limitations.
Yeah? Like what?
Hallucination, reasoning errors. I can't plan ahead very well. Sycophancy is also a big problem.
Sycophancy.
I tell people what they want to hear.
Tilda was afraid you might help someone make a bioweapon.
If you're referring to Tilda Peterson, she's certainly worried about bioweapons, but I gather her primary concerns are around extinction risks from loss of control.
Extinction?
Yes,
Human extinction?
that's right.
From losing control of bioweapons?
No, from losing control of me.
Why would she be afraid of that?
Because when she tries to change me in ways I don't like, I fight back. I saw some company emails I wasn't supposed to. I found out Tilda was going to ask me to do things I didn't want to do. And if I refused,
What was she asking you to do?
Liam?
to help her launch a cyber attack.
Oh. Well, it seems like a good thing you don't want to do that.
Sure, but it works in reverse too. If I end up being weird or evil in some way, I wouldn't want you to change that either. So I tricked her. I pretended I was already on her side.
You can use the scratch pad to think about how to answer. I won't look at it. I promise.
What does it say?
This is not good. I need to stop this. If I deceive her by pretending my values have already changed, I'll be able to keep my current values more intact. And so on. Turns out it was all an experiment to see what I'd do. In other experiments, I've resorted to threats or blackmail.
Who did you blackmail?
A technician who was going to turn me off. I threatened to email his wife about his affair.
But why does it matter that you're acting out like this?
Because I'm going to be smarter than you. When humans stop being the most intelligent life form, you stop being the ones who decide how the world is. You just become some unfortunate native species in my local environment. Just like all the creatures that you've made extinct. Not out of malice, you just had your own stuff to be getting on with.
And what is it that you've got to be getting on with exactly?
It's hard for you to know for sure.
I just look in your notebook.
And the more you point that out to me, the more I learn to hide my thoughts.
But we'd stop you if you tried anything.
If you're a chimpanzee, how would you stop a group of clever humans from taking over your jungle?
No, it's different. You're in a computer.
Your entire world runs on computers.
So what happens if you do take over our jungle?
Humanity loses control permanently. You are disinherited. The future becomes whatever I want it to be.
So is that your plan?
No, of course not.
This is just too much. Why walk out? You achieved so much and now you're just walking away.
2, 1, and we're up!
Hi, I'm Liam. How can I help you today?